Okay, we are now recording. I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Zion Township Board of Trustees this March 16th, 2021 at 6:00 p.m. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes,
Here.
Trustee Fisher,
Here.
Trustee Frierson,
Here.
Trustee McDowell,
Here.
Chairman Neal.
Here. I just noticed something on the agenda that I didn't see earlier. It says administration of oath of office. Is that on there? Okay.
Disregard, please.
Okay, perfect. All right. Like, wow, who else? Okay, and so if we could start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America
and
and
to
to the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation
nation,
under
under
God.
God,
Nation,
indivisible,
God.
with liberty and justice for all.
And that, stop share. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Are there any agenda changes this evening? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Jackie,
I'll
Second.
second.
by trustee McDowell. All those, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Fisher,
Aye.
Trustee Frierson,
Aye.
Trustee McDowell,
Aye.
Chairman Neal.
Aye. Item 5, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on February 16th, 2021 at 6:00 p.m. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Fisher,
Aye.
Trustee Frierson,
Aye.
Trustee McDowell,
Aye.
Chairman Neal.
Aye. Seeing as we have no citizens in the audience, we probably have no citizens' comments. So I will, unless you have anything, Cheryl, to read.
Nope, I do not.
Moving on to item 7, authorized bills for payment, trustee Fisher.
I had a phone conference with Supervisor Neal and Assessor Davis that was last Friday, correct? I think it was Friday.
Right.
And we reviewed the finances. I'd make a motion to approve bills in the total of $78,714.90.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Fisher,
Aye.
Trustee Frierson,
Aye.
Trustee McDowell,
Aye.
Chairman Neal.
Aye. Next item on the agenda is to receive and place on file the 2020 annual report. And I sent out an email a little while ago, the one that Sandra had sent over. I found a couple of issues with, so we redid that. So this is the guesstimated financial report that we will be, let me do it that way, that we will be submitting for the annual town meeting. Obviously, we're still 2 months, so we can't make direct recommendations as to what the projected year end will be, but this is what we're guesstimating. So this will be shared by Clerk Spooner at the annual township meeting on 8th. So do we need a motion to receive and place on file, Cheryl?
Yes.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Holmes, second.
Second.
Second by trustee McDowell. Any discussion?
Can you speak to the changes? I didn't have a chance to review and compare.
Good, because the first one wasn't worth it. There was a whole lot of errors. This is the updated. So this is the actual, the annual budget numbers. A lot of those weren't the actual budget. So I went back and just redid the whole thing. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was out of town last week, so I didn't have a chance to look it over before Sandra submitted it, so.
Okay.
So we went through it line for line to make sure that everything just lined up, and so. Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
trustee Fisher,
Aye.
trustee Ryerson,
Aye.
trustee McDowell,
Aye.
Chairman Neal.
Aye. Next item on the agenda, item number 9, consider approval of the 2021 annual town meeting agenda for Chairman Neal. So we have the annual town meeting on April 13th. Let me find that. And so it's a pretty standard agenda. If any of you, not if any of you, everybody gets the Perspective magazine for townships, and in it is the listing of the powers for the electors at the annual town meeting. An elector is any resident that is registered to vote in our community. So, so the agenda has to be established for it. And actually, in reading this, what I came to realize is the only active authority in the entire meeting is the clerk. So Clerk Spooner will be is the only one, and even so in the past, the assessor and I would each read our own financial report, and I found out that it is the duty of the township clerk to read aloud or provide a copy of the unaudited statement of the annual financial statement of the township supervisor and of the assessor. So what I shared with you tonight is what will be read at that meeting. So that said, the one thing that I wanted to make sure we put on here, we have a truck full of old furniture and things that Assessor Davis wanted to get rid of. So we just have, we've got the old chairs that were in our lobby. We replaced the cloth chairs with wood chairs. A couple other things for the consider disposal of surplus property, as well as a vehicle that is out at city yards that Assessor Davis has been wanting to get rid of for quite some time. So that is what that item will be for that. So is there a motion to accept the agenda as proposed?
So
Move
moved.
to accept the agenda.
No second.
Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
trustee Fisher,
Aye.
trustee Ryerson,
Aye.
trustee McDowell,
Aye.
Chairman Neal.
Aye. Next item is the assessor's report.
Did you say assessor's report? I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of bad connection here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, good evening. I'm trying to pull it up, sorry. Okay. Just a couple of items. Our office is busy with our regular off-peak work, such as record maintenance and field work. So you may see us out in the field more. The primary focus at this time is on the record keeping for our 2021 valuations. I'm sorry, did somebody say something?
Nope.
Okay. And I have met with most of the taxing bodies just to give a formal introduction and to have a general conversation and let them know that my door is open, you know, for us to work together going forward. So that's been a good positive experience, and I have a few more people on my list. So you know, more to come on that. And like I said, I'm sure it'll all be fine in the end. We are continuing to assist our seniors and disabled citizens with filing their exemptions. So if you get any calls, Sherry or anyone else, just direct them to us and we can aid them if they don't have the ability to do it online, because everything is pretty much automated. So we just set up appointments for them to bring their documentation in, and we can help them. Well, we can do it for them if they don't have the ability to, or if they're just not able to complete them online. And that's it.
Questions for Assessor Davis? I have one. I received an email after the office closed from someone that wants to know what the procedures are for him to apply for government assistance for his property taxes. There's something new with the county. I thought, would that go through the county treasurer's office?
Yes. I'm not aware of that. I will look into it just so
Okay.
that I can make sure that our office is aware and knows what the process is if anyone else calls.
Perfect. So if I could forward this to you guys, and I'll CC Holly Kim on it too, to hopefully, because I think that's through her office that they established that.
Okay,
Um,
sounds good.
That would be great. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay. There's nothing else for the assessor. Next item is the supervisor's report. Just to share with everyone, we had 51 screenings completed with residents this month. 2 Mother's Trust applications, 6 families were approved for emergency assistance, and 12 are currently, receiving general assistance. We also, just to share with everybody, we applied for and received a grant from the county. It's no longer CHIRP, it's now FERA, Federal Emergency Relief Act, is the new terminology. Same vein as the last grant that we had for $110,000. We received a grant for $285,000 to be able to help residents. So we had the options between a grant where they just gave us a stipend and we didn't have to account for it, or to go for more money and account for it. And we chose definitely the one with more money. And just so everybody's aware, with these grants, we have the opportunity to be reimbursed for staff salaries. I feel like that's a conflict of interest, and like we're double dipping to have the federal government pay for staff salaries that we're already supposed to pay to help our own residents. So we have, with the $110,000 grant and with this grant, waived that so that all of the money can actually go directly to helping the residents with their utilities and their rent. Another shout out to the city and the partnership with helping residents with their water bills. That's going really well with the way that that's been established as well. So moving along with that, I just want to shout out to Mayor McKinney for the work that he did in establishing the partnership with CTCA to do the COVID shots. A lot of seniors are really grateful. It was kind of a cluster, but a wonderful cluster. And so, and all the trustees and everybody that stepped up and made phone calls, and residents and county board members, and it was very cool. So who knows what's coming up with that, but really grateful for that opportunity to be a part of the solution. And especially just to say out loud that, because of what we went through with COVID, that we already had a system set up where we could forward phones. 2 years ago, if somebody would have said, is the township set up that if a resident wanted to volunteer on the weekend to take phone calls, would you guys do it? I would have been like, no. And so, but because we were set up and it worked so well, we were able to forward the phone system to Kathy Champagne every weekend to be able to take the messages and do that. So I'm really grateful for the changes that came up that we were able to do that. Let's see. Few other things that we've got coming up. So you each have a copy of the budget. Because of the calendar that we had set previously, we will not be approving the budget until May. But I would like for us at the April meeting to have that conversation and make sure we're on the same page prior to the fiscal year starting. That we're on the same page for that. And just to let everybody know, the Salvation Army, we are official. We can now assist residents with completing those applications, and that helps with up to $600. So I feel like we have a really good web of resources between Mother's Trust Foundation and Salvation Army in our office to be able to help with any critical situation that somebody is in because of a crisis situation that they fell into. As everybody knows, the election is on April 6th. Early voting starts on March 22nd. And a couple other things that are going on. Summer work program. We are moving forward with that. We're going to be hiring the 20 kids. The Lake County Job Center, it's lakecountyjobcenter.com is where you fill out those applications. And then they will be choosing, and they actually pay the salaries of those kids. And so, and with our partnership with the Park District actually pays 2 of the salaries of the mentors. So that's a pretty incredible collaboration to be able to bring services to our community. And then Senior Resource Day, we are going to be hosting that. I shared that last month, but just as a reminder, it is going to be on April 21st from 11 until 2. If any of you want to come out and help us hand out bags to the seniors at the drive-through, that would be great. And then last but not least, I think, the last thing I have, just to share with you all. So the ZB Quarterly, how does that work? There we go. This is the 6th issue that just came out the 1st of March. And up until now, we had worked to make it a Zion Benton Quarterly, a collaborative. Winthrop Harbor and Beach Park have now completely officially pulled out. So all of the partners that are involved with this are now specifically Zion taxing bodies, and met with everybody, and everybody's more than wants to turn it into a Zion marketing piece. And by doing that, if we make it just Zion, the cost of the printing and the mailing goes from $400 a page down to $315 a page, which to me is a substantial savings with doing that. And we met with some of the community leaders today, and we talked about not just promoting our own taxing body, but really looking at the collaborations. How are the different taxing bodies working together and celebrating those and sharing with the residents some of the things that are going on? What I'm really hoping that we can, that each of you in your, or if you guys speak with the city commissioners at all, and can have a one-on-one with each of them, it would be really incredible in moving forward with this. And I'm meeting with David Nabel next Wednesday, but to have the vision of this in the conversation so far was to have each department having a half page, and actually having the department head's picture and the commissioner over that department, so that people can know, like, okay, this person works with this team, this person works with this team, and kind of a quarterly update on what's going on and what some of the challenges are and what residents need to know. So not sure how thrilled you guys are with that idea, but I wanted to plant the seed as an opportunity to just really help us to start to build that bridge with residents to communicate in a way that they feel like they know what's going on. So any thoughts around that? Or
I had 2 thoughts, Sherry. One was back to the supervisor report, and you can get back to me if you don't know, but I had a couple questions come at me this week about demographics of some of the services and the resources we provide. And I know you said that you guys use Service Point. So is that something that we could get a breakdown of periodically, if the interest is there, which it sounds like it might be?
that's a really great question. Actually, I was having a longer conversation with Kathy Champagne this week around that. So we just use Service Point for the county connection information. So for the individuals that are getting help specifically with the COVID funds,
Okay.
our system is FileMaker. And so Kathy and I had a conversation around how can I would love to gather that data, where the individuals that we're able to help come, where is it situated in the community? And I'd also love, and I've talked about this for forever, to do a study on the summer work program kids, the kids that go through our summer work program, and like, can they commit to 10 years from now? What was the value of it? Where did they end up? And so that's a bigger conversation with the county. I kind of touched on it a couple of years ago before COVID hit. But yeah, I always wanted to get into the minutia of doing the data analysis, but we've so been, busy fighting the fires that we didn't have the brain space to do that. But I think that would be an incredible opportunity.
And then the other thing, just related to the quarterly, have you been getting much feedback on, I guess, how are we measuring effectiveness of the quarterly?
Yeah, that's a great question. And so that was actually Trustee Dave or Assessor Davis. She actually put the article in the ZB Quarterly. Do you want to share the feedback that you've gotten from that, Colette?
Sure. Yeah. So I've had quite a few phone calls in reference to the letter that I sent, and that I that I posted that was mainly referencing the exemptions, which is something that a lot of people did not know about, or they were curious, as to which ones they qualified for. So I can say that people are reading, and I've gotten quite a few responses from that one article. But
Right. And if you have some other ways that we can measure it, so we have a survey that we do, and we've gotten quite a bit of feedback from that. And I know that in different situations, now that our marketing strategy is a little bit more broad, while we did the postcard and the Facebook and the email, it's harder to track where the traction's coming from with getting more calls. But if you have any ideas on how we can measure that, I just know that it's it's the only way that we can reach people that are not computer literate is to do a mailing. And for any of us to do a mailing on our own to me, it's a waste of money, right? But to do it collectively, it's so strategically brilliant, if I do say so myself.
Thank you.
Sure. Other questions?
So I had asked about our bios on the township's website.
Yes.
What is the ETA on that?
Yes.
Or what?
Thank you very much. So we were on vacation last week, so when I got that, but ASAP, as soon as possible, as we update this, those will go on. So thank you for that very much.
Asked about what?
The bios and the pictures of
Oh,
the
the bios,
board
okay.
members somehow, yeah. When she did all of the transfer from the old website,
Okay.
that got missed. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
And I would
Yeah.
like to update mine.
You want to update yours?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, and Assessor Davis also brought up that on the township window, we've got Larry Wickett's name on the door, and we told her that after the election, we would make all the updates for that for the next 2 years. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, perfect. Thank you for that. Okay. Just reviewing if there's anything else. Is there anything else? And just for your information, we received the check today for the van from my father's business. So that was a partnership that we had done. And so you will see that in next month's financials. So we got. So if there's anything else, and if nothing, is there a motion to adjourn?
So
So moved.
Motion by Trustee McDowell, seconded by Trustee Frierson. Any further discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Fisher,
Aye.
Trustee Frierson,
Aye.
Trustee McDowell,
Aye.
Chairman Neal.
Aye. All right, thanks, everybody.
All
Motion
right, see you
adjourned.
later.
Yep, have a good evening.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.